there'll be thrills and spills and plenty of modern mayhem. Get ready for a special action-packed edition of Monster Wars.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space.
Meet Brian Carson, stuntman. Oh, you've seen him before on Smokey and the Bandit and many TV and movies. But today, you're going to see Brian Carson, the man, the stunt driver. You're going to see Brian Carson, the man who coined the term automatic spectacle. And that's exactly what the Sky Plunge is all about. He's going to go in that 3,000-pound vehicle, 15... By the way, they call this the Sky Plunge. When he hits the ground, he'll be doing 128 miles an hour. Brian Carson and the Sky Plunge.
Oh, okay.
Like that big panel van looking thing?
Yeah.
Turns over.
Make sure it goes in the right direction. And allow the driver to control the vehicle under any conditions.
How cool are
Tough fabric allows today's tire to withstand severe bending without substantial fatigue. Steel wire is used in tires to support the vehicle and keep the tire on the rim. Right, most of the time.
95 overloads for just one.
When I first started stunt work, nobody even knew what a stuntman was. Nowadays, everybody and their dog thinks you're a stunt person. I felt that I have an instinct to do stunts. I always say I was God-gifted to do it. I started doing stunts without telling my mom. When I was real young, I used to get on a swing and I'd jump over the swing and jump over the back fence. And the other kids in the neighborhood couldn't do that. Man, I can do something different than these other kids. Then I'd get in trouble. Can't hesitate. If you ever hesitate to do a stunt, you're gonna die. You snooze, you lose. In this game, you gotta follow through.
Can't hold it.
When you're doing live shows, there's no trick. It's live. What you see is what you get, because you can't cheat it. One day you're doing high falls, the next day you're doing fight scenes, you're rolling the car, you're jumping the car, you're riding motorcycles. You have to be athletic. You have to be tuned to everything that's going on. You got to be a mechanic, a carpenter. You have to know a little bit about everything, even effects. If you don't, you can get blown up.
He's pretty down to earth. He's a real family person. He likes to stay home a lot, go to the movies. He likes to do a lot of things with the kids.
Three.
Yeah, right.
This is a stunt I did for That's Incredible. I wanted to jump out of a helicopter and land in the back of a moving truck.
I don't really know why he does it.
It's a rocket car, and I jumped across the Rio Grande River. I jumped 185 feet. The car and the frame and all that just exploded. As soon as I hit, it just exploded and ripped right off.
think he's crazy.
They asked me if I could jump an Odyssey over a rock and roll group. And I said, sure. So we talked money and all that, and then I said, what's an Odyssey? I didn't even know what one was.
But I know he has it all under control, so.
This here is like a barbecue.
Everything he does is crazy.
And this I called the Sky Crash, a mid-air head-on collision with 2 cars. And when I talked to Hollywood stunt guys about it, they said it was impossible. It's harder for me to watch a stunt guy doing a stunt. I'd rather do it myself. It's just hard to watch, because I know what they're thinking.
It's too hard to stay at home and wait for the phone call. I'd rather be there, just in case.
This is my hometown, so it's going to be nice to perform here finally. What I'm going to do at the American West Arena, I'm going to do a high fall, but to make it more dramatic, I'm going to light myself on fire. In the thrill show business, you always try to come up with something a little bit more unique. This is what we call a steel shoe. It's got a rounded toe, 1/4-inch plate, and you slide on this behind a motorcycle or beside a car or behind a car. These things get real hot, so you want to get them off in a hurry. Well, I thought about retiring because some of the stunts I do are pretty monster stunts, and my family's getting real concerned about it.
He keeps saying that. I don't believe him.
No, he's been saying that for 10 years.
I can't see him turning down a stunt. He loves it.
When I was young, I had a decision to make, and it was either stay in Hollywood or come to Arizona and be with my family. I love doing stunts a lot. Well, my family's more important than anything. I'd rather be with them than be in Hollywood doing stunts. And I made that decision, and I don't regret it.
On the line right here. Until you won at Bowling Green, you could win every event there was, and it wouldn't mean much. Bowling Green is it. Our reputation is on the line here, and it's hard to uphold your reputation when there's so much pressure.
Yeah, just coming back from the driver's meeting, we got all the information on the tracks, how we're going to run today and what's going on. Go back here and check with the son and make sure the tractor's ready to run. We're first class on this track. This afternoon and this evening, we're second class on the other track. They're giving us plenty of time in between to get them ready to run again, so it won't be no big panic situation. Just make sure that you got your act together so we're ready to go. Can you handle that?
I got my act together. Make sure you have yours going down the track.
That truck right there is owned by the #1 in points right now in the 2-wheel drive class, Sundance Kid. At this point, I'm #2. Before the weekend is over, I am going to be #1 again. We just had a super run out there. It's 5,800-pound class. We made a full pull real easy. The tractor reacted perfectly. The crew had it set up right. It took a little bit of handling, but it was a good run. It just picked the front end up and I went about 330 or 40 feet. It's done a real good job. I mean, loved it. Hey, that was a good run. That was the best run I know. I knew it's going to take 300 foot. I was fortunate with 304 feet. I think it'll hold up. We got a real tough competitor coming there right now with Kenny Miller and a corn and soybean special. It's going to be tough to beat. Okay, you're over, guys. Here we go.
Do you know how much we beat him by?
Not very much.
6 inches.
We beat him by 6 inches? Yeah! Gotta go out and congratulate Kim. You know, we want to win. I don't want to win by somebody breaking. I want to beat them and do their best. Here we are right now in the winner's circle at Bowling Green. It's the favorite spot of every driver. When you get in the winner's circle at Bowling Green, it's home sweet home. You know, it's the best there is. There's no place any better.
Fantastic. We couldn't have done better. I don't know that we'll ever equal it. We won twice.
Love it. Bowling Green. All right, this is it, guys. This is what I told you. This is a winner's circle. We're here again.
On behalf of NASCO, Northwestern Ohio Tractor Pullers, and United States Hot Rod Association, it's a great pleasure to give you this trophy, John, and I can't think of anybody better to win it.
You know, Harold, I told you at the last interview, I would be back. I would get number 2 today. This is number 2, and we're probably number 1 in the country again. How about that, huh? I'll be back.
I know I'll be seeing more than a few of you out there at Bowling Green for next year's championship. Truck and tractor pulling is definitely a family affair for the fans.
So who has the most pull here now? Now, who'd you say, me fine boy Dan or me other fine boy Dave? Well, what do you think makes the most noise, Dan or Dave? Oh, we got a regular Irish challenge, do we now?
We've been pulling this big-time motorsport now for 14 years.
We grew into what we have now is a tractor with 5 engines and two drive trucks. The famed Walsh brothers pulling team live and work way outside of Milwaukee on the 5,000-acre grain farm, which they co-own with their father and 2 brothers. Here, farming and truck pulling is big business, requiring many long hours of intense, non-stop labor, working on their racing vehicles, as well as tending to their jobs on the farm.
Me and my brother Dan are the ones that runs the machines. Anything that we need for the farm or pulling vehicles, we can make the thing right there in our own shop. Around the farm here, I work the spring months doing the field work and in the shop area, which you're looking at 60 hours a week.
What works good with tractor pulling and farming, during the busy season, usually there's no tractor pull, so we can get our crops planted.
I do all the work on the pulling equipment in the summer, you're still looking at 60, 70, 80 hours a week.
But when the brothers Walsh aren't working hard, they're playing hard at yet another competitive family sport.
Back 10 years ago when we weren't so busy pulling, we used to go to tournaments, 6-man tournament and 2-man tournaments. We used to travel around at pull tournaments. Then we got busy in tractor pulling.
Now Dave and Dan play just for fun with their other brothers, James and John, who still compete in tournaments. But me boys, what else do you do for fun?
When we're not so busy at the farm, or if I do happen to get a Sunday off or something, we aren't truck pulling, we spend time with the horse. The kids enjoy riding the horse, and I'm there to help them. And that's kind of like our family time.
Okay. Whoa!
I pull 20 weekends out of the year. There might be times where I'm gone a week or 2 at a time. But when I'm home from pulling, I like to play t-ball with my kids. They enjoy that.
So, who has the most pull here now?
Dan.
Dave. Dad.
Irish Challenger.
Of course, Dave.
I'm staying out of this one.
In the two-wheel drive class, I got a truck, my brother Dan has a truck.
My brother and I mean, we work together.
I work on his motors.
And I give him ideas.
But when it comes to pulling, we're on our separate tracks.
So, who has the most pull here now? Is it Dan or is it Dave?
Whoa.
There's not very many women in truck and tractor pulling. Oh, there's Dusty Arfons that drives the tractor, and she and I are real good friends.
Donna Webb and I talk when we go to the polls and stuff. She's very nice.
We pull for each other, but we don't compete against each other because we're in different classes.
She has a lot rougher luck than I do. In her class, the trucks are all so close, and one little mistake and you can be out of the money.
I'll go out of my way to go watch her pull when I wouldn't go out of my way to watch one of the guys.
I always root for her. She has to travel so far to come to most of the polls, and you want to see her do good.
I think women can compete as competitive as any man.
Pulling is not a matter of muscle or size or anything. It's just, you just have to be able to push on a throttle and steer.
I don't think it's any harder for a woman to drive a truck like this than for a man.
I grew up with pulling, and that's just what I wanted to do.
I don't know, it was just something about the way that truck and tractor pulling is done that I just loved it.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
When people ask us, you know, what's your strategy for tonight?
I like to watch some of the other competitors do their runs before I do mine. That way I kind of know what to do with my truck.
Our strategy is to go fast and go far.
I'm real nervous and have butterflies in my stomach, but once I get in the truck and I get backed up to the sled, it's just like everything just goes away. And I'm just looking forward to putting the pedal to the metal.
You do get very, very nervous, and I get awful stomach pain sometimes. But once you get on the tractor, everything goes away.
I've had two really big highlights in my career. In 1989, I won the Houston Astrodome. It was the finals of the United States Hot Rod.
I think my best moment in pulling has been my win at the Houston World Finals in '92.
And then last year in 1992, I won Bowling Green, Ohio, which is one of the biggest truck and tractor pulls in the United States. I really love the rush of the big engines and listening to them run.
Well, keep on trucking, ladies. We're about to meet another special lady who's #1 in the world of monster trucks. #1 at what? Well, you're just going to have to stay tuned to find out.
Check it out, over 3 million, that's 3 6 zeros and 2 commas, 3 million people, that's a lot of people. Check out monster truck action every year. They come out to the stands, they see it, but think about it, there's millions more who watch us every week right there where you are. So we thought it'd be kind of cool if we checked it out, went and found the ultimate monster truck fan. And we think we've done so. By day, she's a travel agent. But after hours, she's monster mad!
I know every truck, I know every driver, it is the action, I just love it all. It's just really sexy. It's just a rush, a real rush. You wanna go?
You are, so we understand, the self-acclaimed monster truck, biggest, baddest fan in the world.
That's me. I love it. Put me on a plane, drive, walk, anyway, just get me there and I'll be there. This is a monster truck map of Debbie's. This is the monster truck shows that I've been to this year.
No. Deb's monster truck venue map. Deb, you've been to all these places marked in blue?
Every one of them marked in blue.
That's very impressive. Deb Sebastian, monster trucks, biggest fan.
Hi there.
Time to back out, Deb.
Please. Thank you.
He knows her name.
I'm a fan, I tell you. I'm a big one here. I know you're star of the show. Treat's on me today. Let's go. Come on. I'm so excited, been waiting all week. I need one of those, and that hat up there with Predator on it. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
How's it going?
Good.
How you doing?
Yes. Hey, how you doing? It's great to see you.
You know Debbie?
Sure I do. I know all my fans.
Told you.
You think maybe you'd sign mine? Here?
All right, well, you have to get to the end of the line.
Yes! To the end of the line, sir.
Being the ultimate fan definitely has its perks, and just watching Debbie today convinced me she deserves every perk she gets.
Next week's show is one that Debbie will really love. We'll be taking a look back at the greatest moments from this past season on Monster Wars.